opening statement. This meeting of the Mitchell City Council is being live streamed. The meeting is also being recorded and will be archived on the city's YouTube channel and a link added to the website. This recording is being made in compliance with Indiana's open door law. The recording, along with any agenda and minutes, will be made available for public inspection under the Indiana Access to Public Records Act. The recording will be retained for a minimum of 90 days. The recording is not the official minutes of the meeting, and those in attendance consent to be recorded. The YouTube channel is City of Mitchell IN. All right, and before we start our regular meeting, we have a hearing or a reading of the ordinance for the 2026 city budget. It's not to be voted on or approved until next week, but it has to be read in the previous meeting. And I'll try to give you the Cliff Notes version as best I can. All the council has a copy. Be it ordained, resolved by the Mitchell City Council that for the expenses of Mitchell Civil City for the year ending December 31, 2026, the sums herein specified are hereby appropriated and ordered set aside out of the several funds herein named and for the purposes herein specified, subject to the laws governing the same. All right, the general fund, the adopted budget is $2,349,508. Debt service, $292,000. Police pension, $75,000. Local road and street, $45,000. Motor vehicle highway, $649,032. Parks and Rec, $189,665. And capital improvement, $15,000 for a total adopted budget of $3,615,205. Also, home ruled funds is public safety Lloyd, $237,513, and law enforcement continuing education, $10,000. The adopted tax levy for those accounts is the general is $1.5 million, debt service $290,000, motor vehicle highway $480,000, park and recs $145,000, for a total of $2,415,000. Tax rate 2.1796. As you could tell, the budget that's adopted is a little higher than the anticipated tax revenue. Since you're not exactly 100% sure what we're going to get on taxes, you budget for, based on historical expenditures, what you hope you'll receive. And those numbers, as we go along, we've been able to get those numbers closer together, more realistic. So as I said, there's no vote or approval tonight. If there's any quick question out of the council, we just want to study that. If you have any questions during the month before October, come in, and of course Vicki will have the answers before I will, because she's the number cruncher.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, but you're welcome to do so. All right, I will go ahead and call the roll. As you can see, we are two councilmen short. Daniel Talbot and is under the weather, quite sick. George James just came off of surgery that went well, so that's why they are not here. So we have a quorum of 3, so that is who is on hand. If you will look at a copy of last month's minutes that you have, if you had a chance to look at them, see if we need to make any additions or corrections. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
We have 2 sets of minutes, so they'll want to approve both.
You do have 2 sets. There was that executive session and the regular.
Oh, did you not have that one?
Just got the regular
Oh, I
meeting.
just printed it off. I emailed it to you guys. Do you want me to go print a copy off real quick? Or I can pass around my
Yeah.
version?
Yeah.
Yep, I've got it in here.
We guys seen it all with the email.
mine on
We'll
the
go ahead and pass it, and then
Okay.
we've got it on email, if that's suitable for you.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Exactly, you're gonna grab this for me.
Too many paper
Sorry, take one down, pass it around.
clips. Too many paper clips.
That's a different meeting, isn't it? Sorry.
Yes, I don't think you wanna finish that one, Randy.
That might work sometimes. Okay,
Sorry about that.
all
Funny though.
Yeah.
right. You're a pretty fast copier.
You get enough minutes, you'll get to an hour.
Okay. You guys good with all that? I'll make a motion that we passed, July's or August's meeting and our executive session, so both of those.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, the minutes of both meetings are approved. Okay, we will, move on to our, opening bids for the, grant contractors for the SIDC OOR project. Jenny, did you need to make any remarks before we open these bids?
Need to make any remarks? I do have, a big tab sheet, you all want one, and
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome.
We did get 3 bids.
So what they have is a contractor application and the non-collusion affidavit. And then that is the bid sheet with the total price. And that right there is the scope of work that should have the totals on there as well. So I usually read what's on the bid sheet there.
Okay.
And there's a house number up at the top.
All right, this first one is Brock Anderson Construction, house number M-25-101. And it shows $30,300. I'll pass these around if you wanna take a look at them. I'll open another one.
Now, he'll have more.
Different houses.
So that was house 101.
So we're gonna have 18,
Yeah, possibly.
okay. So.
Get you drink water.
Yeah, or you writing these down, keep track. Okay, house M-25-102. Once again, that is Brock Anderson, and he has $20,325 on that. On M-25-103, his bid is $13,500.
At least he's not putting any pennies in there.
On M-25-105, $16,400.
That was 105.
I'm just gonna go with the last 3 digits, cause the first.
We spent 104 then, right?
103.
Say that was at 105.
105,
18.4.
16.
16.4. 106 is $62,600. 62,600. 107, 28,300. 108, 32,500. 109, 36,000 even. 110, 30,000 even. 111, 12,000 even. 112, $21,250. 113, $26,150. 114, $38,285. 115, $48,690. 116, $23,250. 117, $27,000 even. 118, $18,500. So we got 18 members there for Brock Anderson?
17.
Yeah.
He didn't bid on 103.
Okay,
104.
he skipped 104.
Okay.
And then if I could take a look at that right there, yep, there was a couple of them that I revised, and so I wanted to make sure that he submitted the revised one. Yep, he did 105 and 115. Yes, okay. These all go together.
So we get to this point,
Yes.
that one?
Yep.
And this is K.D. Mendenhall Carpentry. Kenneth D. Mendenhall. Okay, on 101, $26,925. On 102, $23,250. $103, $14,850. 104, $33,350. 105, $19,645. 108. 108, $30,900.
Said 900, 30,900.
Yes.
Okay.
109, $7,850. Wait, not so. Second page, sorry about that. $37,950. Turned to the page too soon. 110, $27,600. 111, $13,260. 112, $22,000 even. 113, it's another 2 page. $35,720. 114, $40,745. 115, $44,085. 116, $20,970. 117, $23,985. 118, $20,900.
Sure you did the revised ones.
All right, this is All American General Contracting. All right, looks like he starts out with 102, $24,750. 103, $18,200. 104, $25,550. 105, $19,307. 106, $53,581. 107, $23,620. 108, $44,042. 109, $51,129.
What was that, 51?
51,900, or
51,129. 110, $24,705. 111, $18,292. 112, $15,065. $55,285. 116, $26,815. 117, $29,431. And 118, $18,965.
Everybody's ones as well. So, what I will do now is I will take all of these back with me, and then, what I'll first do is I'll then add up the individual spec sheets. I had the price for each line item, make sure they add up to what was on the bid sheet. If they're not the same, these are on that, so they gotta be the same. And then I'll start going through, I think everyone received 2 bids. Yeah, so everybody received 2 bids, and so our max is $23,294 per house. So the low bid that's under that, as long as it's agreeable with the homeowner, that will be their contractor. Say for instance, like the first one, 101, both of them are over. And so what I'll do is I'll contact the homeowner, find out which of the items is their priority that they want to have done, and then look to see who the lowest is that way, and go forward that way.
These, realistically, start time on, once we,
Okay, so realistically, I would like to, if possible, see if you guys would be willing and able to do a special meeting on the 22nd of September to award. That gives me a couple weeks to go through all of these. I have never worked with the All-American General Contracting, so I will check all of their references and everything on the contractor application. We have worked with Brock Anderson Construction and Katie Mendenhall. Mendenhall was one of the contractors on the last project that you had, so so that should give me plenty of time to contact everybody and do everything I need to do an award. An award is just a quick, less than 5 minutes. I'll present the low bids for each of the 18, and that's it.
and I guess, I don't know if it's a stupid question or not, I guess, there's 18 houses.
Mhm.
And, one contractor doesn't have to get them all.
No.
But, and I think, it depends on the amount too, is what we'll have to look at.
Right.
If you've got one's got 5 of them's low amount, and another one's got 5,
So let's just,
you split your
right,
crews
so,
up, and then you could probably get it done quicker.
yes, I mean,
Does that make sense?
yes. Like say, for instance, house number 103, there, you've got 3 bids there, the low bid's 13.5, it's within our, limit, and as long as that homeowner is good with the Brock Anderson, that's the one you'll go with. And then, realistically then, from the 23rd to, I think I had maybe the 29th, something like that, right at the end of September, to meet with all of the homeowners to sign their contracts, and everything, and then they could potentially look at the end of September, first part of October for the work. So I know definitely there's a lady that needs her roof done ASAP, because of insurance issues. So, contractors are usually, it kinda depends on the contractor and who, what their current workload is. The Brock Anderson and the Mendenhall, they work with us regularly. I know, Mendenhall does not have any projects that he's working on with me. Brock Anderson, I think he's probably getting ready to finish up one house, and that's all he's got left, as far as work that we've done, so hopefully they'll be able to start.
If the tallies work out where each one of them can get some, then.
Oh,
that-
yeah,
that
each
can-
one of them,
That can
yeah,
speed things up.
yeah, and, say for instance, the 103, that's considerably less, $10,000. We also might be able to give some houses more, in order to get some other things done.
Sound good.
Yeah, and your, grant end date for Okra is pretty sure it's June 30th of next year, so,
Has to be done.
yeah, right now, yeah, as long as we don't have a bad winter or anything, but with the 5 items, everything can typically go pretty quickly.
Well, good, we've passed another big milestone here.
This is a big milestone, so I didn't know if you guys can maybe say yay or nay on the 22nd, or if you got time, or,
It's on Monday.
yes, it is a Monday.
I could probably work that in.
Yeah, for you saying the festival week?
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, Monday's good, give us a Monday.
Monday's fine.
and there's not a whole lot going on up there Monday night anyway, so the big stuff will be stuck to.
And you can have it anytime,
Anytime.
Yeah. whatever works for you all.
I'm good with that, whatever time anybody else wants to meet, just wanna meet at 6 o'clock or something like that.
I'm good, whenever you wanna do it. I mean, on Mondays or Tuesdays is fine, okay?
Wanna meet at 6?
Okay.
Is that good?
Should work.
Vicki, do you want copies of everything?
Yes, please.
Can I send that over to you on Monday?
Mhm.
I'm technically on vacation
Yeah,
this
that'd be
week,
fine.
but I can scan them all to you on Monday and I'll just do one packet per
Sure.
person. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other
Thank you.
questions?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, and if you're on vacation, get back to it.
I'm going to. I'm not vacationing far, so that was what was nice, so. But I'll start, calling people tomorrow and getting with them. 18 people, it takes a little bit to get them on.
Yeah.
So, if anybody has any questions or anything, just give me a call or send me an email, and, I'll have it set up, I'll have everything done 22nd, 6 o'clock.
Thanks for your help.
Thanks,
Okay, thank
Jenny.
you all very much.
Drive careful.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is, it's not, actually not on the agenda, we're squeezing this in. If you recall, we talked about, change in the dog ordinance last month. With only 3 of us here, we could only do 1 reading of any ordinance that we decide to make changes. The 2 items that we changed were, we had cats separated from dogs in the proper restraint required. And the other item was the invisible or underground electric fence system is installed on the property. Owner must post clear visible signage at the front of the property and any other appropriate access points indicating the presence of an invisible fence. This signage must be maintained in good condition, remain visible at all times to inform neighbors, visitors, and service providers of the containment system. And also, we discussed a time limit for animals to be secured on tie-out chain, cable or rope for more than 2 hours. And the tie-out chain, cable or rope must be inaccessible to a public walkway, road, or alley. The only other item was every female dog or cat in heat shall be confined to a building or secured elsewhere in such a manner that female dog or cat cannot come into contact with another animal except when planned breeding. I don't know if you wanna go ahead and accept those changes and accept the first reading. That's as far as we can go tonight, since we only have 3. Or if you'd like to push it to the next meeting until we have a full house.
If we have a reading now, and we vote to approve the first reading, it's just a reading, no
be the first.
First reading, and then can
Sec-
changes be on the second reading?
You could make changes between now and the next meeting, but it would be a new ordinance.
Okay.
But you could pass it the same night as long as you had 4 present. You have to have 2/3 present to pass it the same night. And it has to be unanimous consent of those present.
We can go ahead with the first reading, as far as I'm concerned. What do you guys think, Chris?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
I mean, it's kind of what we,
Yeah, this is what we talked about for the last 2 months, so I'm okay with it.
If someone wants to make a motion,
I'll make a motion that we accept, that we vote on the ordinance the way that it's written here with all the stuff that we talked about.
the changes.
do I have a second?
I second that.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right,
That's
first reading passes, and we will wait until the October meeting to do the second and third readings and make it official. All right, next item on the agenda is, we have discussed trash fees for 26, 27. We had just proposed the thought, this was food for thought, for possibly an increase of $1. Would make the fee in 2026-16. At this time, Orleans, Bell, French Lick, they're currently are in the $16 to $23 range. As you know, our expenses are continuing to go up every year. Also in that, trash fee ordinance was the fact that we have 9 trash customers that live outside city limits. Should they pay a surcharge of, say, $5 extra since they don't pay any city property taxes? I will leave that up to discussion. Just your thoughts on that.
I think that's pretty much what we discussed. One thing that just shows for the 2026, do we want to, and we have to have a hearing for that, right, Greg? For a hearing for the trash fees.
Yeah, we should have have a public hearing, I think, yeah.
Well, we have to have that, 30 days after, or we just have to have a public hearing set up and then we vote after that.
Next month, you would have a public hearing
Okay.
and then pass the ordinance.
If we're gonna do that, main thing, I wouldn't mind going ahead and putting, 2027 unless you guys think that there's a possibility we might have to go higher than $1. If you just wanna do the one year,
I say just do the 1 year.
do the 1 year and then
So
see,
you don't know what kind of budget we're
because
gonna
we're,
have. 27.
our issue with our equipment and what kind of
Yeah.
revenue we're
Property
gonna get.
tax
So
cuts we're gonna get.
had to do it twice, but that way we got some leeway. Of course, we could amend it, but just go ahead and do it for 1 year. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right, we're good with that, so we'll have our first reading in October.
Um,
First hearing,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll present it tonight and have the public hearing at the next meeting and we'll pass it.
All right, I guess we need to read it tonight, or just present it to the council.
It's just presented to you guys, yeah,
Okay, so,
in the minutes.
and then we'll have the hearing in October. And then it'll be what, November we pass it? Or do we have? the
You can
hearing
pass it
at
in October.
the Same time?
You can do it
Have the
in
hearing
October.
first and then pass it, okay? Let's go for that.
Okay, that, I believe, takes care of the old business, so new business, we will have a citywide clean sweep September 15th to the 19th. Items that can be set out at curbside, similar as to the last clean sweep, 4 tires per household, no semi or tractor tires, light construction materials, not contractors building a house. Appliances without compressors, in other words, no refrigerators or air conditioners. Also, no electronic equipment, but all other large household items, chairs, couches, tables, the normal run-of-the-mill items that we already set out. So I encourage you to, let's try to work together and clean up the community for the Persimmon Festival. And once again, the value of a clean sweep is the solid waste district waives our dump fee, so that it's very economical. That's the best time for us to be taking a lot of stuff over. It's saving us money to do it at that time. So,
That was the 15th through the 19th.
15th through the 19th.
That's a different, okay.
And that's already been put out on the city webpage. All right, let's see, and the next item then under new business is salary amendment. Sergeant Jacob Kuhlman is being promoted to Assistant Police Chief per the recommendation and wishes of Chief Lavosky. Jacob has demonstrated leadership qualities and excellent situational awareness when dealing with the public. It will be a great benefit to our police department and our community to have this position filled. It is a position that is in the chain of command. It has not always been filled, but I believe it would be a great asset to have Jacob in that position. The cost of this promotion is 92 cents an hour. As this is a change to the salary ordinance, the city council has to approve it. Any questions in regard to that?
I'm good with it.
Yeah, me too.
I would entertain a motion then that we approve that change.
I'll make a motion that on the salary, 92 cents per hour on the salary for the assistant chief.
I second.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. And then next on the new business, Sally Miller, the president of the Mitchell Park Board, is here to kind of give us an update on what's going on in the Parks Department.
Thank you. On behalf of myself and the Parks Board, we appreciate you giving us some time to give you an update. Our mission statement is the mission of the Mitchell Parks and Recreation Board is to provide safe, well-maintained parks and public spaces through preservation, community enrichment, and memorable experiences. Just an update on our playground. As most of you know, we've been meeting with some representatives and listening to their ideas and concepts. And we, as a committee of several dedicated volunteers whom we sought out in our survey results, we met approximately 3 weeks ago. A potential design concept was chosen. After we reviewed the survey results, we had about 426 surveys completed from that survey that we rolled out in June. 300 of those folks commented that the reason they chose the design concept that they chose was because of the inclusive or accessible playground that it provided. That's handicap accessible features with a soft poured in place surface. We would be the only Lawrence County inclusive playground if we were to finish this promptly. We're excited about that feature. A lot of our school system is excited about that feature, and it's really the way to go when it comes to a new playground that can be accessed and usable by all of our children in our community. We've chosen a capital campaign chair, someone within our committee with grant writing experience and time to put into that. Very passionate individual within city limits who will help us and guide us to raise the money we need. Obviously, the expenses with this project will easily fall anywhere between $600,000 and $800,000. Most of that expense is that poured in place surface. Estimated time of completion of this project totally depends on the financial contributions, the grants written and awarded, and the planning efforts of those on our committee. We're looking for some key financial partners and some larger grants that we can follow upon and use to get our process started, as well as choosing a crowdfunding campaign that anybody in our community, among those even outside of our businesses and other organizations can, commit to helping us raise those matching, grant funds. If city council wants to be represented at that, we'll happily let you do that. We're meeting again next week. At that meeting, a representative from Mid-States Recreation will be, joining us to help us finalize that initial design concept that we've chosen. And like I said, we didn't choose that just on our own. That came from the, results of those that were surveyed in that Google survey that we released back in June. In other news, we will facilitate the Persimmon 5K for the chamber again this year. You can look for information to register on our Facebook page later this week, or you can look it up under the Mag7 website. Does anybody have any questions? We know this is a big undertaking, Project Playground, and got a lot of serious individuals who are willing to put time and effort into it. It's kind of new for us, so we're taking advice and information from Bedford Parks Department, as well as some contacts we have, but actually we're part of the planning and the grant writing for the Corridon Playground, which is one that we're kind of using as our guide, because it's an excellent feature that they have there, and an inclusive playground. So we're excited to work with those people that have done this before and take their advice and knowledge, especially when it comes to this grant writing. All right, thank you for your time.
Thanks. Okay, I see there's no public comments been signed up other than Jenny, and she's already spoken. Anything else to come before the council?
It's just information about our shell building, and they've come a long way in this last month. I think we looked at windows and doors and a lot of the great work out in front, so it's looking tremendously better. And I think they're even trying to put some feelers out for, Orange County economic growth, and, trying to get some feelers out there, so.
We actually had one general inquiry today, but it's one of those where they're shooting all over the Midwest just to see what's available, what's shovel ready. But they did ask us what our water capacity and sewer capacity was and that sort of thing. The name of their project is Lucky, so maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah, as I was driven by there on the east side, they've leveled that pretty well, graded it. And that's supposedly, they need an expansion area to expand out to the east. So that grade work was already done. They've done some concrete work out there, and have they done some blacktop too?
They have done some of the blacktop.
Blacktop too, so I'm sure they don't wanna get carried away on everything. It depends on who would wanna get that building and what purposes, you know. You don't wanna put in a whole lot full of concrete and then have to tear it all out, so. It's promising, looks good, rest that out there.
How big is that building?
Hmm?
I should know this. How big is that building?
The current structure is 50,000 square feet, but it can be expanded to 200, the way it's laid out.
And it's got 30-foot ceiling.
32-foot ceilings. We did have one inquiry, someone wanting to know if they expanded that other 150, could it be a 50-foot ceiling?
Whatever they want.
And that's what we told them. Said, hey, look at Heidelberg's towers. We're okay with 50 feet.
Used to, 20 foot, 25 foot would be a tall building, but anymore with their equipment they have, I'm sure Heisters, high lifts and everything, and all that, they want high ceilings, so try to give them what they want. Okay.
Any other business? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Chris?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Zach?
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.